What up, movie lovers? Welcome back to the Apocalypse Movie News Podcast. We're back again, and I'm your host, Jacob Bartley, and I'm here with Gio Ramos. What's up, dude?
Worst heroes ever.
Worst heroes ever. Where is that coming from?
Suicide Squad. Come on, guys.
That's awesome. And we're also here with Jake Berlin. What's up, man?
Not much. Hanging in there. You know, had a little bit of a rough week.
Oh, yeah.
But I'm
you were
coming
in
back.
bed all week, huh?
Yeah, I had wisdom teeth surgery and kind of coming over a little bit of the flu. So, you know, I'm hanging in there.
It's that time of year.
Yeah.
It's going to happen. I actually just got my flu shot, so I'm feeling a little weird as well. But, hey, it's all good.
I'm perfectly fine.
Yeah, Gio's fine. The movie news guru's fine. But we're here to talk about movies, something that should make us feel better. And as most of you know how this works, Gio grabs the movie news topics throughout the week, or in this case, from the past couple weeks. There's a lot of stuff we need to catch up on, but there's also some new stuff. So, yeah, Gio, what are we starting with today?
We're going to start with the obvious. Star Wars Episode 8 moves from May 2017 to now December 15th, 2017. And I want to get you guys' reactions on this. First, what does this mean for Star Wars and Disney? Why would they make a move from May to December? A lot of fans are like, oh no, we got to wait a couple more months. But, you know, whatever. So, Jake, let's start with you. Star Wars Episode 8 moving from May to December 2017. Just talk about what it means for Disney and whatnot.
Oh, I love it. I think it's the perfect move. I know that fans everywhere are like freaking out. Oh my God, 6 more months until, you know, Episode 8. We have to wait longer. But you got to look at it from multiple angles. I mean, first of all, The Force Awakens just absolutely demolished the all-time record in December from 90 million to almost 250 million. It shows that there is money to be made in December. And, you know, December is usually not a month where big movies come out. And Disney and Lucasfilm, you know, after The Force Awakens, is like, you know what? I think we just need to stick in December. There's all kinds of money to be there. Make it the new Star Wars home. Like, everybody's been excited about seeing Star Wars go back to May because that's its original home. That's where the originals came out at. That's where the prequels came out at. But this new generation, like, I think December fits it best. I mean, and second, like, why would you not want Star Wars for Christmas? You get a Star Wars movie every year around Christmas time. During the holiday, you get to go with your families, your loved one, whoever. It's the perfect spot for Star Wars. I don't think it. I mean, maybe there is something to do with maybe some script rendering or something. There is a little bit of news floating around that maybe they're doing a little bit of script polishing to focus more on
the central characters.
Yeah, Rey, Poe, and Finn, because they didn't think they'd be that much popular from what they are. But I think even if they were doing that, they still could have hit that May release date. I think it's a move that they decided to do to make December the Star Wars home. It makes complete sense. I love it. I don't have any problem waiting 6 more months. Plus, it gives Rian Johnson 6 more months to do whatever the hell he wants. And you got to think it also, The Force Awakens originally had a May release date, and then it got pushed back to December. And look what happened there. So it's kind of just the same thing over again. I love it. I think it's a great move. There's nothing to worry about. I don't think there's any problems. It just gives them more time, and you know, that always comes out positively. So,
Jacob, what do you think, man?
At first, I was a little upset, but that's just me being selfish because for the past year or so, I've gotten to think about, you know, the Star Wars release schedule and just live in a world where I'm getting 3 Star Wars movies in the span of what, you know,
it was
18 months?
2.5 years or something. Yeah.
Yeah. So I loved the idea of that, of getting, The Force Awakens, then a year later getting Rogue One, and then 5 or 6 months later getting Star Wars Episode 8. But once I got over that, I realized that this is probably the best move for them. They, maybe they felt like they had to rush it a little bit more. Maybe they wanted to focus more on those 3 central characters, like you guys said. But that's the part that worries me a little bit. Because we've heard a lot of praise going around about Rian Johnson's script, and I'm curious what their plan was for this movie that didn't focus on Rey, Finn, and Poe as much.
Well, I feel like it would have focused. I think it would have focused on them, but it would have been heavy Luke
Yeah. And
over them rather than the opposite. Kind of like
that's the part that upsets me a little bit because look, we are only going to get Luke in maybe these next 2 films. And if their plan was to focus heavily on Luke, then I wish they would have stuck with that plan. I don't mind them moving the release date so they can, take their time and develop the movie, develop the script, and, get the best product eventually. But I don't want them to change the story, based on fan reactions. Like, I feel like they already would have had enough Finn, Poe, and Rey in there. But overall, I think it's a really good move. It felt like a dream world getting Rogue One and Episode 8 in 6 months. So I'm totally fine with it. I can wait a year in between each Star Wars movie, so it doesn't upset me too much.
All right, well, look, all you spoiled mother lovers out there. This is a blessing in disguise. Now that Star Wars is moving to December, they can pretty much own the month now. You can expect a Star Wars movie every December. And also, the summer blockbuster from like March to August pretty much belongs to comic book movies and other established franchises like Transformers, Fast and Furious, Jurassic World now, all the dinosaur movies. So I think it's better that, Star Wars, because Star Wars is kind of its own thing, The other franchises, every other franchises out there doesn't compare to Star Wars. So to put that in December, you get a whole summer full of superhero movies and other established franchises. You get a little bit of a break with Oscar movies and horror movies, and then you get back to blockbuster movies in December. I mean, other than Star Wars, is there anything else that you need? So I think it's a good move. Star Wars now can officially own December as far as blockbusters. I don't think any other blockbuster out there would be, any other studio out there would be, smart or dumb enough to put a blockbuster next to Star Wars. I think, Star Wars now owns December. And this kind of brings me into our next topic, Avatar 2. Now, Fox never officially stated that December 2017 was Avatar 2's release date. That was something that James Cameron said in a recent interview, that's their target release date. However, I think many of us, well, me and some other people out there, I don't know about you guys, were excited to see Star Wars and Avatar kind of go head-to-head. But that's not the case anymore. Avatar 2 changed its release date once again. It's not going to be pushed somewhere into 2018, presumably. And I want to know what you guys think about this. Did Star Wars Episode 8 cause Avatar or Fox to quickly shoot down the December 2017 expected release date? Was it the right move for Avatar 2? What do you guys think? Start with Jacob this time.
Hell yeah, that's the reason why they switched the release date. I don't understand how people are saying that it's not. I saw the title of an article earlier today. I forget what site it was, but they said Avatar changes release date, but not for reasons that you think. And I assumed they were going to talk about they didn't move it for Star Wars, but of course they did. There's no way there was another reason other than James Cameron taking his sweet time to develop it. I think they were considering moving it prior to this Star Wars moving to December, but that put the nail in the coffin. Oh, damn, Star Wars is going to be like a week after our movie. We got to move it because they thought they were going to own that whole, Christmas season going into January and February. And I feel like they're scared. And who wouldn't be scared of Star Wars? And the hype for Avatar has died down completely. I don't think anyone's excited for Avatar, an Avatar sequel. I haven't heard anyone talk about it at all. I'm not necessarily interested in it, so I do believe that's the reason why they switched.
All right, Jake, go ahead.
Yeah, I think the headline should have said, Star Wars Episode 8 pushes back Avatar 2. I think they can say all they want, that it's the script or, production or whatever it is, but the fact that it came 2 days after the announcement that Star Wars Episode 8 is launching in December, it's kind of a red flag saying, you know what, we're not going to go head-to-head against Star Wars. It's the right move to move away. And like Jacob said, I think, the hype has died. And I don't even know if people really know about an Avatar 2. By the time this comes out, it'll be 9 years since the last one. People kind of just forgot about it. And the new generation maybe have never even seen the original. It'll be a different generation by then. Also, you got to think about Spielberg's Ready Player One also has the same release date as Episode 8. So look out for that to change at some point.
Definitely.
It's not only just because they don't want to go head to head of Star Wars, but Spielberg is also kind of in the Star Wars family with George Lucas and J.J. Abrams. So he knows not to go head to head against them. So that'll probably move at some point too. But as for Avatar, it's the right move. It's taken too long, and I think they need to start, kind of ramping it up a little bit because people are not going to be interested by the time it comes out. So,
yeah, this is nothing new. The sequel has constantly pushed back its release date from 2014, 15, 16, 17. Now it looks like 2018. Me personally, I think Avatar 2 could have stayed in December, but I think I think Fox is just more. As any other studio would, they're more concerned about money. They want to make money and whatnot. Plus, James Cameron, he probably isn't done, writing or polishing up the scripts. Who knows? I'm certainly looking forward to Avatar 2 only because it's not because I love the first movie. It's only because I'm excited to see what else James Cameron can do. Every time, I always compare a James Cameron film to like the Olympics. It comes once every couple of years, and every time it comes, it's always making headlines. It's always fun to watch and exciting to see. So I'm excited to see what he brings for Avatar 2. But as far as the release date change, I mean, it makes sense. Let's be honest here. Fox is in the business of making money. So is Disney. And why would you hold your 2017 release date when you essentially have nothing?
I think they should move it up. Like, honestly, taking aside the fact that they haven't really gone into production that much other than the script, like, they should just move it up. Like, people are going to lose interest. They should have dropped a sequel 2 years ago.
Yeah. Well, I mean, it all depends on how the shooting goes because Cameron's going to shoot the next 3 Avatar films back to back to back. So
that's true.
Where would you move it, though, if you were to move it up? Like, if you put it in it would get crushed in the summer because the way the summer season's going nowadays with superheroes and all these other big movies, I think Avatar would get smashed. Like, do you put it in November?
I don't know. I mean, they can't. There's no way because they haven't even started, pre-production or filming or anything. But I would move it to this year, but at December this year, because I don't think Rogue One is as threatening as Episode 8. So. But it's never going to happen. I'm just saying, like, hypothetically, if they already started shooting or something, they should have moved it up. But obviously that's impossible since they haven't started shooting.
Well, I personally think that Avatar 2 belongs in a holiday release season. One, because, James Cameron, I know he's going to have something else to bring besides, the follow-up to Avatar 2. He's been researching new technology. I know he's going to bring something that's going to wow our minds as far as the cinematic experience goes.
Well, if he wants to go for, like, if he's looking for that Christmas release date and say he wants to go to Christmas 2018, you have a Han Solo movie coming that year. And that's going to be a lot different than Rogue One. Like, that movie's going to be a lot bigger. So maybe, with the Hunger Games ending this year, maybe you put it in a Thanksgiving spot because it's still holiday season. People are still going to the movie theaters. And the Hunger Games has kind of owned that week for the last 4 years. So maybe, he thinks about doing that, but I just don't see a December release date anytime soon for Avatar just because of Star Wars, period. I think Star Wars owns it.
It could actually work out is like a March release date.
Well, now, yeah.
2 months before the summer season. That way you can sweep all the box office.
Well, we'll see how that goes with. I know it's a different animal, but Batman v Superman's got that March release date. So
I think we're in a world where we're gonna start seeing. I mean, we already are seeing blockbusters released throughout the whole entire year, and that excites me because before January through April, you're getting nothing really, and now we're getting Deadpool, Batman v Superman, movies like that earlier in the year, which is freaking amazing.